Welcome back here to Brigham City, Utah. We're preparing for the mixed doubles gold medal match. Dane Stewart here, and we got a living legend right next to me here. We got Wayne Mugley. Wayne, oh my goodness, my friend. It's been years since I've seen you. My first exposure to pickleball was with you.
Oh my God, and, how many years ago?
And now you're coming up and you're like, hey, you remember? Of course. Well, how you been?
Forget? Oh, I got incognito, but you know, I want to tell everybody out there is life after pickleball, but not much.
Yeah, you should say that quietly.
I did.
Right?
I did. Look at all these cult members out here.
Yeah, we have had fantastic crowds at this tournament this week, but Wayne, you had a chance to watch action today.
Yes,
what has been your thought of this tournament and its growth in the last 3, 4, 5 years?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, this is a tournament for the players. They come out here. This is very important to the players. It's bragging rights. They come out not only for the purse and everything, but just to show their skills. I can't believe some of them. There's no easy matches anymore.
Yeah.
When you watch these guys, they got to go from morning till night. Every single match, every point is contested. They're fast. They cross that. They're up and down that court. The hand speed is what's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And you just see these players, the focus, and I just enjoy it now. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, Dane, I have to say something else. Dane and I did the first tournament of champions.
That's right, yeah.
And it was the first time they taped or videotaped or did anything online. We ad-libbed quite a bit.
Yeah.
And that was way back in the day. We can't say how far back because you don't have gray hair yet, but I do.
I don't have any hair left is what's happened.
Oh, goodness. No, but you're probably cooler, though. But we're Q-tips. Us old guys are Q-tips because we're ancient.
Oh.
Anyway, but we have a good time. We taught you a little bit about the game.
Yeah.
And since then, now you're the expert.
No, see, that's why I bring people onto my left here. They're the expert, and I just ask them questions to help me get to know the game better. But no, you were my first introduction, and we were talking. It was like you introduced me left, right, up, down, and
the game, how it was supposed to be played, and these guys played it how it's supposed to be played. And it just, to me, to watch, I know these guys have all played each other many times, but you know what? They don't look at the person across the court. They just play what they can play. And it's unbelievable, the shots they can make, the hand speed, they're taking it back out of the air. You can't hit through these players. That's why the soft game comes back in. And the new hit and grip and hit, come in on the third shot, hit it hard, but they come in halfway, drop it. They have no fear. And I can't say that. Is that a brand?
I don't know.
But they have no fear of the ball coming at them.
Yeah.
You cannot hit it too hard against these players because they can always bring it back. That was showed in the last match.
Yeah.
The seniors, So for me to sit here and come and watch as a spectator, to come back and bring back the memories, it's just so much fun.
Yeah.
Because I've seen the growth of the sport for, I was involved in the game for over 19 years. Mm-hmm. And this is where I wanted the sport to go.
Well, it is certainly growing, and it was fantastic to see you.
Yes.
And it's awesome to get to talk to you again about pickleball and to be able to catch up with you a little bit. You're living up in the Big Sky, right?
Well, I've been in Montana for 20-some years. I was born there but left for 50 years. And then in the wintertime, we go into Arizona and the Surprise area still. And then in the springtime, I go to Alabama, Auburn, Alabama. Sorry, folks, but I got to practice my y'alls. Y'all out there doing a good time? Yeah. And the second thing is when I leave Alabama, I go back to Montana, so I go, yeehaw.
There you go. Man speaks many languages, including pickleball. He's got like 6 or 7 on his resume that he's got to adapt to.
And what's nice is to see you come to a tournament like this, and it's seriousness. Look at the young people coming up. And like I said earlier, there are no easy matches. And to see all the young people, look out there right now.
Yeah.
You don't know 80% of them. I used to know 90% of the people. Now I see all these young people, and they all are focused. Anyway, you got a game to call.
We're getting ready.
I'm going to get out of your hair. Thanks for a few minutes with me, Dane.
Great to see you again.
Thank you, Bill.
Thanks for all your work to grow pickleball, and it's been a blast.
All right. I better get these guys on here because they're getting a little bit anxious. Thanks, Dane.
Hey, good to see you. Welcome into Brigham City, Utah, the Tournament of Champions, the Tier 1 USAPA sanctioned tournament, and our mixed doubles gold medal match between Simone Jardim and Kyle Yates, the pairing against Jessie, Irvine, and Ben Johns. And we've got a fantastic matchup going on here in our gold medal match. I want to thank Christine and Randy for joining us. What are you guys looking forward to in this particular matchup?
Randy, I'll let you take that.
Okay.
What am I looking for in particular? I think it's going to be a really good match. I mean, they played each other earlier on in the day, and it was a nail-biter there. So this is the second time in the meeting. Obviously, Kyle and Simone got the better, but Jessie's newer player. I mean, she's coming on strong, real strong in the scene, and so pairing up with somebody like Ben Johns is just amazing. I mean, instantly everybody knew that was going to be a great team. So should be some good rallies here for sure.
Yeah, it's a great pairing. We had the chance to watch Jessie here yesterday in the ladies' doubles, right? We got to announce that, and we're learning a lot about Jessie's game as we watch. She's definitely just an athlete, pro tennis player, and switched over due to some injury issues that she encountered. We hear a lot from tennis players.
Maybe has the hardest double backhand of any men or women. Just sick.
I would agree. And you know what really makes it so effective is her footwork into that double backhand. It's just great movement.
Yeah, for sure.
Another point, and it's 4-0 for Irvine and Johns.
Quick start.
Yes.
Did you get to watch any of the earlier match, Randy?
Between them? Mm-hmm. I did see a little bit, just the ending.
And what did you see going on there? What do you think they're going to try and do different right now?
I've been watching them, and I'm still a little bit, I mean, Jessie has, obviously, you can see it, she's super strong, but I feel like Ben's taking a lot of the court, and I think that he could actually lay off a little bit on overheads and stuff when he's kind of pushing her off, but I mean, then again, he does something like that, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
You're not going to tell him stay on your side.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but I mean, Jessie's very good. I mean, she's pretty much just synced in. She does her dinks back and forth, and they stay consistent. They don't float high. They don't go in the net.
She gets low.
Yeah, she does. And you'll watch her too. She's one of the few players that plays from a little bit deeper. She doesn't play right on the line, and it's a good and a bad thing. I mean, sometimes it'll hurt you, and sometimes obviously it's working very well for her.
I felt like it cost her a little bit in the Waters match yesterday.
Me too. Absolutely.
1-6-1. Jardim and Yates on the board.
Man, Ben Johns is off to a big start.
Yeah, he really came out aggressive.
And that's a good way to set the tone.
Yeah.
You always see the team coming and sitting and waiting for the people to come up. They always come out a little flat. It just seems to be the way they do it. Always.
Generally,
this team's so hungry.
And they've been playing.
Exactly.
They haven't been sitting. They haven't been waiting, so they're a little fresher and ready to roll. They're looking for a ball here.
They're in rhythm all the way because they're fighting for their life all day. And these guys have been waiting. So it's always interesting to see how flat the team waiting comes out.
Now, I believe this tournament was full, and Ben and Jessie actually had to play the qualifier to come in. I think that worked to their advantage. They gave them a chance to practice together. What a great move.
God, that looked out.
Yeah.
Okay, he did.
Linesman ruled it out.
Linesman a little late on the call, but agreed with Kyle.
2-6-2 here, our score.
Now, Randy, you participated in the event today. Did you play either of these teams?
I didn't get a chance to make it to these teams.
Gotcha.
Just missed one to play Kyle and Simone. It would have been cool, but my partner, Callie Smith, played crazy good. We just came up a little short.
And you guys had some very close matches, I know. She's such a solid player.
She is.
You said we'd see some impressive rallies. That was one of them.
Yeah.
You see, both of these guys take a lot of the court. It's actually, mixed doubles is such an art form for the women because you got to know which shot you're to take and which shot you're to let the guy hit and take. It's an interesting dynamic.
Well,
and both of these women can hang their own.
Yeah, because even on that last one, I mean, Irvine, who played in the gold medal match yesterday, you were talking about it, she was practically off the court, just letting Johns roam.
It's crazy to see that, but I mean, even the strongest of women, I mean, as Simone has proven for so long, knows that the guy has to get in there and insert himself just to let the other opposing women know he's there. And both players, really. But
to not get too comfortable just hitting to the girl.
Exactly.
And, which is so common in mixed doubles, just, generally pick on the girl. Or woman in this case.
Full-grown women here. Jeez. I mean, Ben never seems to get beat. I mean, he's just so smooth. He always seems to, quote-unquote, guess right.
Yeah, how does he anticipate that?
His anticipation is the best. You watch him play singles, it's crazy. That was good.
Well played shot there by Yates.
What's that?
3-8-1.
Oh, a little confusion.
So what do you think, Randy, if you were Kyle and Simone, what would you try anything different right now? What would you do? You've got a little bit of a deficit going on. What do you think you'd do?
You know, at this point, it looks like Ben's just taking over and hitting good shots. You just got to kind of compliment, take your hat off to him for doing that. Can he keep it up the whole match? I don't know. As good as Ben is, it's tough to do for anybody, though. You know, and see, there you see Jessie. Jessie not often pulls the trigger. She's not the instigator, but you see shots like that and you wonder why. Why don't you?
Right. She definitely has the ability to do it. She's only been playing since November.
Right. Yeah, see, again, it seems like that shot, you know, that's someone who doesn't miss that. It's just a little flat right now.
Right, fresh off the bench, so to speak.
Well, and with the intensity, it feels like it would be tough to come in having sat for a while and to have to play the intensity that Johns and Irvine have brought.
Well, yeah, and Johns and Irvine have been, I think their last one was not easy for them, but I think they won it a lot easier than when they had played the Newmans, and that was a nail biter, and that could have gone either way. So again, like I said, when you're fighting for your life, I mean, it just makes you so much more crisp when you have to play a little bit later.
And I understand the Newmans did have a match point against Ben and Jessie. Is that right? They were up 15-14 serving for it.
Side out.
That's the way this game generally goes. Somebody in the bracket eventually had just barely missed it.
Which is what you want at this kind of a tournament. You want the matches to be close. You want it to be good pickleball. You want it to be the best.
Yep.
Second service now. Jardim.
We do have a little wind going on right now. The flag's standing pretty much out, and the wind's coming.
And right on cue. That ball's out. Ball was out.
Linesman called it in.
And from our perspective here, it looked like the ball was out. But we don't have instant replay.
Yeah, but just as you'd called the wind, Jessie got some air under one.
Timeout taken here.
Little heated, so he calls timeout. Smart move.
Yeah.
No reason to let that point affect you any further.
Right. Got to be able to come over and shake it off.
Tough.
Yeah. So his partner over here, Simone, she's been playing for a while, one of the top women. She's like, you know, just shake it off, let it go.
Yeah.
That's what she's saying here to Kyle, and he just needs to take a couple seconds and calm down, and 1 point's not going to cost you the entire match typically.
It is what it is, but Kyle just asked Ben across, and Ben signaled that he did see it out.
He thought it was out as well.
So it's tough to see from where Ben's at, and the line judge is, you know,
sitting on the line.
She's right there. So I originally thought it was out, but who knows? I mean, she's got the best view.
Right, and we have many conversations, you know, even just out in rec play, where that was also close. In rec play, where perspective makes such a big difference.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know, you're playing for fun. I'll ask them, I'll be like, wow, that looked really far out to me. And they're like, nope, it was inside the line.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's just from where you see the ball.
Gonna have to shake that off. Go ahead, sorry.
You see Ben just imposing with will, and Kyle took a giant step back just instantly because Ben had just come to the net. I mean, that was quick game.
That was a quick game.
Yeah, 11-3, Irvine and Johns taking the first game.
Wow. I'm sure they'll pick it up here in the next game. I'm sure Kyle will use that intensity on the court here, and he's been doing this for a while, so he knows how to shut that. I mean, it's done, and he knows that it's past. There's nothing he can do about it, but I guarantee he'll bring that into the next match, and he'll get some points off of it, I'm sure.
Right, rechannel that energy
for sure.
Yeah, and they're going to have the wind behind him. Kyle and Simone are going to have the wind behind him now, and it's looking like a pretty aggressive wind to me.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, the start of that first game, Irvine and Johns, I think it was 6-0. Jumped out to a big lead early on.
Quickly.
What do you look to do, or how do you try to counter that now if you're Jardim and Yates? How do you get off to a better start in this second game?
Well, I mean, I don't know the coin toss and who picks sides or anything like that, but if, let's say, Ben and Jessie did pick the side or won the toss, I would have done the same thing. I would have taken that side, given up the serve, and it was just a smart move. I mean, it makes you push your drives a little harder. It makes you hit your drop shots a little harder.
You're saying
Kyle's still.
Which wind would you take? You would take the end with the wind behind you, or hitting into the wind? You want the wind behind you to start with?
I do, because if this ends up going to 3, they'll eventually finish with it in their face, and I think that's what I think they expect that too. So I think that it's played very well. If that's what they picked. Again, I don't know who picked but it was smart to put the pressure on Kyle and Simone, because the ball's going to come up on them faster. And just like we said, if they're not as crisp, then that ball moving an extra 2 inches into you, that's tough.
It's going to give you that. It's going to give you a little extra momentum in that first game.
Kyle is still upset. I mean,
he is.
Oh
He's
boy,
very upset right now over that call. And that's
he's
something.
Let that go.
You do need to let it go.
See if Simone can calm him down a little bit, maybe, or.
She tried to talk him down a little bit when they were sitting over here, but. Right now, I think he's just going to need a few more points.
Well, needs a couple things to go right for him, right? And then you can put that behind you. I mean, there's one of the first point. He came over and asked this linesman on the other side, and she's like, oh, man. Seems to hang on to it.
Really, I would think we're going to need to see Simone really slow that ball down and see if they can keep. It's a good move on Jessie's part. Got a little lucky though.
I would say she got lucky. I think Simone was on that. Yeah. I think I think her eyes got a little big, and she. I mean, you can see in her face now. She was like, missed one.
0-2-2.
But you can see where Jessie's feet are right now.
She's right about 1.5 feet behind the non-volley zone.
Exactly.
And yesterday, watching the women's, she would actually get 2 feet, 2.5 feet. As she gets into the defensive mode, she feels like it gives her more time to react.
Yeah.
But you give up, that's a big amount of space to give up when you're looking at the size of a pickleball court.
Yeah, so I think it's like I said, I think it's a plus and a negative. It's hard to finish balls when you're 2 feet back, because the opposing team can read it because you're coming from a deeper spot. But like I said, she's super consistent at what she does. So she's good at it, so we'll see.
Side out, back over now with Jardim and Yates.
Really seeing the force here, I still think, from Ben Johns. Yeah. He's so calm, I mean, for a young man, he's 20?
Yeah, I think he is 20.
Wow.
Very calm, cool, and collected on the court.
No, I
rarely see a lot of emotion out of him.
Yeah, pretty composed young man for sure.
Going to college out east, sticking with getting his degree.
Yeah, smart man.
Engineering, I believe, was the last conversation I had with him.
2-2-1. Couple of shots in the net from Johns.
What a great get by Simone. Great get.
There's 2 of those that were Kyle's balls, and she just inserted herself perfectly, and it paid off.
Didn't seem like Kyle was moving for them. Did I miss that?
He looked to be staying back. See?
Still feeling like a very one-sided match at this point.
Yeah, even Jessie kind of wanted to swing on that one, and Ben was quicker. But you could see her motion. She was trying to hit it.
And this is their first time they've ever played together, which can be tough, not knowing exactly what he's going to take or what she's going to do.
Wow.
Great defense on Simone's part. Great defense.
Yeah, bad luck hitting the net, and then she hung in there, though.
John's right there to help fill in as Irvine had come around the kitchen.
Oh, little net tip.
And a high five afterwards. Wow. Aggressive.
Ben Johns is smiling out there. He's feeling good.
This, huh?
Why wouldn't he? They just ran the first game, and God, he hits such a crisp ball.
Yeah.
It just every time it looks to hit the middle of his paddle, and it puts it exactly where he wants it to be.
Interesting move on Simone's part here. dinking his backhand, keeping it away from his forehand a little bit so he can't pick and choose the shot he wants.
Yeah. Look at how he resets. That's so beautiful.
Yeah. Able to fend off the attack there from Jardim. That one long.
You know, he's got that great backhand ability, though, and you'll see him. He'll come very wide, and he will go down Kyle's forehand line. And it's a very deceptive shot the way he does it because he keeps that same form. When he hits a cross-court dink, as versus he'll split the middle or he'll roll down Kyle's forehand line right now. It's a great shot, and he's done well at grooming it into what it is.
3-3-2.
Do you have any idea? Have you ever spent much time talking with Ben? Like, does he spend time drilling, out practicing? What do you think he's doing to prep for something like this?
I don't know. I spent some time with Ben a little bit just here in tournaments and kind of staying at the same place with him, but never really gotten into what he does to prepare or anything like that. Not sure. I don't know what a lot of these guys do. I don't know if they're playing 5 days a week rec play, if they're drilling 5 days a week with one person. You just never know.
Yeah. Everything works different for each person. I'm just curious what Ben Johns does to prepare for an event like this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he has, I don't think he has the player pool in what is it, Maryland?
He's on East Coast, Maryland, going to college out there. I think it's Maryland.
Ooh. I'm hitting some clean balls there. I know that Jessie plays mostly rec play with like Warnick and a couple other guys.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically where she does. I don't know what Kyle does, and I think
Kyle planned on letting that go past him. He was thinking that ball's going out.
Keep that paddle in and ended up hitting him.
You see a little frustration on his face.
I was talking with Simone earlier, and she drills is what she does.
I thought that I knew that about her, that she does drill quite a bit.
And she's very much a big fan of it and says, it'll pay off after a couple months of doing it. So she's big into drilling, and you can see it from her game.
That's
one of the best, and she's been one of the best since she's come on.
Well, and that I do think pickleball players, most of them just want to go out and play versus drilling. And then a lot of times they'll say, well, how did you get so good? Well, a lot of it comes from hours and hours on a tennis court of drilling and playing, because you drill to get better at tennis for sure. You can bring a lot of those skills with you if you were a tennis player, but it was hours and hours on the court, too.
Repetition.
Yes, repetition.
Yeah. I just recently started drilling myself. I just moved to Scottsdale, and I've been drilling with my buddy, Matty Staub. And, just from 2 weeks, I feel really good with the ball. And so hopefully I'll keep it up and see, like I said, in a couple months. So Jessie just won a cheap point there off of a drive, and Simone just flubbed it in the net there.
Definitely seeing some things out of Simone we don't normally see, but Ben's creating those errors.
Oh, wow!
I don't feel like they're. For the most part, I don't feel like they're unforced errors. I feel like they're creating them, but in that case, Kyle's frustrated, super frustrated right now.
Yeah, he's still heated. I don't know of hitting that ball. Jessie had hit that ball, and that ball was going well out, and I think he's upset about that, or I don't know if it's still from the earlier thing that's just lingering. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 7-3, the advantage for Irvine and Johns here in game number 2. Won the first 11-3. In this gold medal match here at the Tournament of Champions. Be here tomorrow as well. Have some more gold medal matches coming up. We'll have the medal ceremony after this match is completed here at John Gola Medal Court.
Yeah, talk about on the medals, and talk about somebody who is not on the medals, Matt Wright and Lucy. Quite shocking to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Not being on the medal stand. Not being in the gold medal match, but also on the medal stand alone. See, back to the game.
Definitely not something we see very often. Them not here on this medal stand, period. I guess we had someone asking about the qualifiers for this event. The event filled up very, very quickly, and the tournament director here really cares about the players and their experience. So he went above and beyond and offered a qualifier to get into the main event. Ben and Jessie ended up in the qualifier for a variety of reasons.
Oh boy.
And so that's how they ended up in the qualifier, but they earned their way into the main draw, and here they are about to possibly, you know, work their way into a game to 15 in this main draw.
Looks to be that way right now. Kyle's still a little heated.
Yeah.
I think he got a warning here
Technical
from the ref.
warning, yeah.
So,
Dude, I missed what he got a technical warning for.
He hit a serve long, and he chanted at the line judge something, and the referee didn't like that, and rightfully so. You can't be doing that.
No, you can't treat the line people or referees. They're volunteers for the most part. The referees make a little tiny bit of money, you know, $5, $7 a match.
Well, and I think there was already some latitude when the play originally happened, right? And we're in the next game. It's time to move on.
Whether you agree or disagree with him, you can't show him up.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And we do have a USAPA certified referee out here again, Don Stanley from Tennessee.
Great referee.
Knows the rules well. And handles the court, manages the court well. Manages, you know, when situations like that come up, he addresses them.
Yeah.
With a positive, happy energy.
Exactly. Yeah. I always said the best referee is the guy that comes off the court and you don't remember what his name was.
That's a true.
Or her name.
Yep.
Right.
You don't want somebody inserting themselves and being another player there, and you get some refs that do that.
Absolutely. You want to forget.
That looked out.
Forget the referee. Kyle is unhappy with another line call.
I mean, you can see the referee now shaking his head. He's just got to let this go.
Well, he even asked the head referee and said, "I saw that out." So, a couple views. That was in.
Close.
Very difficult to see the head referee from here, but you know, you've got a guy on the line. You got to trust his calls. That's a tough move to make. You know, you're jumping around the kitchen. It's a backhand for Jessie, right?
Right.
It's a backhand shot. It's a tough move.
She's been showing that the last couple of rallies.
Well, and she's, you know, it's great because if she can't get around and make that happen, generally the play goes right back to Ben Johns' forehand.
Yeah.
So whether she's winning that point or not off of that kitchen hop, she's putting the pressure on the opposing two players.
Yeah.
It's nothing
else,
good.
making them think about it.
It's just making them think, just changing their eye a little bit more.
4-8-2.
Good shot by Kyle there. Good drive.
Questions? You want to pull it up on my phone? The stream.
5-8-2.
Making a little comeback here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Somewhere right there. Great dig off that net tip on Jessie's part, seeing her athleticism.
Whoa.
Great point. That was a fun rally.
Yeah. Good rally there. Jessie scrambling in the back. You know, that was really good.
Did a great job to fend off the attack from Yates and Jardim. As long as they could.
Ooh, that just clipped the net. Wow. Simone just resetting it like a pro. Ooh, yeah, I was gonna say, that's a good call there. It's a good call.
5-8-1.
Another point out of that.
We had a question out there. The commentators are Randy Zabinda and Christine Barksdale. This is what I thought we would see a little more of if they're able to slow the ball down. I felt like, you know, Ben's really been dictating the pace. Great digs on Jessie's part. But I feel like they should, Simone and Kyle, if I were them, I'd want to try and slow the pace of the game down a little bit.
It looks like it's benefiting them, so let's, see if they can figure it out, that's what's getting them the points that they're at right now. See, just like that. It's tough to win points from the middle of the court, no matter how good your shot is. It's just tough.
From the middle of the court,
Yeah.
right? It's a tough place to be, tough place to defend from.
When the other opposing team's at the no volley line, it's tough to win points there. Looks like the sun's hitting Ben's side of the court a little bit more. I wonder how that's going to affect him, if it's in his eyes or not.
It makes it tough to see, but that's a great move.
Boy, Jessie's foot looked quite in there. Yeah, I was going to say. Boy, oh boy.
Kyle, what's Kyle's there is he's questioning whether Jessie was out of the non-volley zone when she made that volley. And the referee called it a good move.
We are on the wrong side to see that. If Don was on the opposite side, he would have saw it easily. But from our point of view, there's just no way to figure that out. Are we supposed to answer that?
You can. We had a question out there. Glenn Lucy asked if Randy's related to Bubba. They are one and the same.
Same guy here. Most people in the pickleball community know me as Bubba. Not too many people call me Randy.
I love how low Simone gets when she plays.
Yeah.
I mean, she stays low. Her footwork's great, not overly moving. She's down. Kyle covers.
Good help.
Good recovery.
And what's the benefit of being that low?
Just putting your eye right on the ball.
It helps get the ball over the net.
Oh, just able to fight that off.
This is a long rally here.
That's a great point.
Yeah, this is Jessie and Ben's first time playing together, but they did do the qualifier, so they do have some rhythm on the court. It's not like they showed up this morning and said, yeah, let's play this up.
Right.
Got called out.
Yep, it's a good call. But again, good move by Ben. I mean, his body is staying the same exact way as if he was hitting a dink on that shot. And that's the biggest part of pickleball is, you know, maintain the same body image, look the same, hit a different shot.
Disguise your ball a little bit, right? So you can't, so the person on the other side of that, it's not reading, not anticipating what you're about to do.
Exactly.
Nice job by Jardim and Yates. Scoring the point, 8-9-1. As they've hung around here in game number 2, despite some of the frustration that we've seen.
Everybody's getting a touch here in this rally.
The ball set up a little bit. I thought she might,
I'd have to disagree with Kyle on that one. I'm going to say Jessie was clean on that move.
Clearing.
But unfortunately, Kyle is still letting this bother him, and that's unfortunate. Because you can see that it's hurting him.
Yeah.
He's very much letting the other factors impact his mental status in this match. She seemed to do a little twirl there.
Well, and I would imagine that it's a little bit like fire, right? That it just keeps burning in you and burning in you, and every chance you have, it lays another log on that fire.
Yeah, but like you said, I mean, he is a good player, but you got to move past it.
That was called out.
Looks like we had an overrule there.
Yep.
Kyle questioned that call, and the referee overruled that.
That's is a very good head ref. Was it Don?
Don
Very
Stanley.
good, but he is on the wrong side to look at that ball. But again, he was. I mean, he got in there instantly, so he seemed pretty right on it.
But I agree, it's very difficult to make that call standing where he is. That call.
A lot of people would think that Don's on the right side to make that call. However, he's on the complete. He's easier for him to see the far balls.
Correct. She was blinded. And in that case, the lines person was blinded.
Ball's out. No, you did not. That ball was out.
The ball was very far
I think
out.
Kyle should be lucky that he's going to get a replay on this ball because this ball was 2+ inches out.
The lines person was blinded, couldn't see it. The referee did not see any. None of the lines person saw the ball, and the head referee as well did not see it.
Yeah, he's going to argue this one, but he's lucky to get a replay out of this. Simone just wants to play.
She wants to help calm him down, is what Simone wants to do right now.
Kyle is hot. Just got to let it go.
He's going to be super lucky because the ball was quite a bit out. It's unfortunate none of the lines people saw the ball.
Should be a point for Jessie and Ben right now.
Right.
What was the score?
9-9-1.
Yeah.
That's a big call right there.
Big time.
Interesting because I don't think anyone was aware of that ruling. We've experienced in both of our mixed doubles gold medal matches here today.
It happened in the match previous.
Yep. And we were all kind of shaking our heads like, wait, so what's going on? And we had about a 5-minute delay.
Simone looking to jump the no volley zone here. She's on her toes.
Just love the athleticism of all four of these players.
Yeah.
And the patience going on right now at a key time in the match.
Jessie's hitting a little bit of high dinks. I wonder if she's baiting her or they're just floating a little bit.
I'm surprised she's not taking the bait if she is baiting her. I think she's realizing that she has to keep the pace down. She has.
Wow. Oh.
Great.
Oh, wow.
The ball was out. So what a great rally, and the ball was long.
Again, we go back to that would have been a point had the ref saw that, and Kyle was lucky to get a second serve off that. But, wow, great point. Again, perfect time to do that. Jessie read that perfectly. Hopped the no volley zone and hit a clean winner. Almost walked around the lines there.
With as much we're seeing of them jumping around the non-volley zone, Don's got to really be on his toes because that's not a call you want to miss.
No.
10-9-2. Sorry, go ahead.
That's out.
Now side out.
It's tough. I mean, you can see that ball was, 4 feet out, but when you're at the line and it's at you, it's tough to get out of the way. The ball flies quick.
And you have to make that decision so quickly. Hit it or not hit it, You have to make it quickly. It's on you fast, and you got to decide.
Long.
Now, isn't it a rule if Jessie hops that, goes past the net line and doesn't touch the ball, that's a fault, correct?
That would be a fault,
yeah.
Correct. So if she
doesn't, you can see Dawn looking closely every time that she does it.
He needs to be watching her closely, that's for sure. This is a tough match to referee just because the women are jumping the non-volley zone so much.
Ooh, long again.
It's taking a turn here.
Yeah, 11-10. For Jardim and Yates.
And like Randy said earlier, you see that a lot, because Kyle and Simone came in a little cold, kind of, whereas Ben and Jessie have just been playing all day straight through. It's tough to come in and be the person sitting waiting on the gold medal match.
No doubt about it.
So we move to the second service for Jardim and Yates.
Wow.
Boy, he tried to go around the post and forced a tough shot.
I've got a question here.
I have a question.
Kyle's coming up asking the head ref if it clips the pole.
Yeah,
what happens? He knows.
He said he felt it.
I would guess Kyle knows the rule on that is that's a fault or that's out.
Well,
but I think Kyle was basically asking.
I think his question was who calls it.
Yeah, he asked, so do I call that or do you call that?
Right, because the lines person's not going to make that call.
Right.
It's a really good question on Kyle's
Yeah, that's tough.
part.
I would feel like the line person would know to make that call. I know it's not in their quote unquote job description, but I feel like they would have the best view to say, yeah, that pole took a left turn there.
Should make the call.
And I thought the head ref said that's my call and I didn't see it. I think is what I.
That's what Don said. Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Nicole Hobson's asking who the ref is. Don Stanley from your neck of the woods, I believe. Nicole.
Great cross-court dink here between Ben and Simone here.
Oh,
wow.
Jessie
Great
making
job.
some digs, and it looks like this point's going to get reset. It's just so frustrating when you're playing offense and you continuously hit great shots, as Kyle was doing, and the other players just dig it out, dig it out, dig it out, dig it out, and it puts a little pressure on you going, my goodness, what do I have to do to hit a winner here? And you start to tense up and, maybe hit something
anxious.
you didn't want to do exactly.
Because you go more aggressive, right?
Exactly.
You get frustrated, you're like, why wasn't that a winner? So then you try to go for more of a winner. I like, oh my God.
Hang on. I thought his left foot slid over, but it did not. It went above. Replay.
Oh.
Again, now Kyle's going to get real lucky here again. I don't know if Don was looking because of his previous call. Kyle's left foot actually jumped out of the kitchen on that overhead. So if he would have touched that ball, that would have been a fault. So had that play continued, Don being a good enough ref as he is, I think he would have caught that.
I think
so.
Don.
Kyle got lucky yet again.
So what you're saying, Randy, is that when Kyle went up, he was in the kitchen, he pushed off the kitchen, went up for the overhead, and would have then been a kitchen fault.
He jumped off his left foot, and the left foot just barely is on the line, and so that's like jumping out of the kitchen is what happened.
And I missed kind of what happened there. The ball ticked the net, went over Ben, and then Jessie picked it up. But what was Don's confusion? What was the referee's confusion?
I didn't see that either. I think he had thought that she had touched, but maybe she didn't, and he made kind of a or gesture or something like that, and I think he kind of affected play there, so he just wanted to replay that.
Okay.
I thought he
but I don't know
said
for
something
sure.
about a foot potentially being on the line.
Yeah. Then coming completely to the opposite side. Now they are.
Jessie did a really good job of covering.
Wow.
That's a great pickup. Wow. Looks like we're going to the game to 15. We're here for some good pickleball.
Right, 13-11. Irvine and Johns take game number 2.
What were you saying there before that, Christine?
Going to the game to 15. Kyle's pretty upset right now. At this point, he really needs to reset emotionally, because Simone's going to need to do something to help him calm down.
What they say, they're taking a 10-minute break?
You need a ride?
Are they? I missed it. Are they taking a 10-minute break?
I didn't hear that.
They have the option to do that if they want to take a 10-minute break.
I think it'd probably be a good call. Try to let players calm down a little bit, because even coming off, Kyle was still talking about a couple of calls from that match. 11-3 and 13-11. Irvine and Johns winning 2 of the 3. Will play 1 more to 15 for the gold medal.
We've got a beautiful night here in Brigham City, Utah at the Tournament of Champions.
It is going to be a 10-minute break, so we will step aside, allow you to go get some water, a little bit of food, and we'll be back with the game to 15 for the gold medals here in the mixed doubles at the Tournament of Champions.
Nice.
Welcome back. Game to 15 in our gold medal match here in the mixed doubles. Jessie, Irvine, Ben Johns took the first 2 games, 11-3, 13-11, came out of the consolation bracket. So in a game to 15 against Simone Jardim and Kyle Yates, Dane Stewart, Christine Barksdale. and Randy Zabinden.
Beautiful enunciation on that.
Appreciated the break. It allowed me a chance to understand how to say that. I apologize, Randy.
No worries.
So we're coming into this game to 15 after we watched quite a match, a heated match. We watched Kyle come back from this game, and he seemed much calmer.
Yeah.
He came back to the court, seeming maybe like he's got things together. We'll see how this goes. We've got, looks like Simone and Kyle opted to start serving this game to 15. And they're off to a good start.
These games at 15 are tough. Different game.
They're a longer game, a much longer game, a lot more time for ups and downs.
Yeah. You know, I mean, you see even, not that they wanted to go to this game to 15, but Kyle and Simone could afford it.
Yes.
They could afford to lose that. Not that they wanted to, but they could afford to do that. Now, everybody's back's against the wall. Everybody wants to win this one.
0-2-1.
Sun's dropping down a little bit. Got some shadows on the court.
Yeah.
Still got the wind behind Ben and Jessie. All always factored. You don't know what you can and can't see. The shadows sometimes just create things where you lose the ball.
Yeah.
Second serve.
Looks like it's a straight wind, too. Just going right in the face of Kyle and Simone.
We don't know who won the toss, so we don't know who picked what, whether they picked the serve or picked the end, and how they made these choices. But as you said earlier, Randy, you like to start with the wind behind you?
I would just prefer to, I think, me personally, it benefits me. I like to play into the wind. So, thinking if it's going to go to 3, and, you know, we switch sides at 6, the last opportunity I'll have is to play into the wind, which is what I want.
You like playing into the wind.
I'd rather have, yeah, exactly. Oh, great shot. Just split Kyle and Simone. Me personally, I'd rather start hard and finish easy.
Okay.
That's just my perspective.
I like to finish hitting into the wind so I can swing away.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I hope we're not giving our opponents any secrets.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Swing into the wind. It's much easier.
0-2-1.
Good long rally. Everybody's touching the ball here.
Yeah.
Kyle's getting antsy. I feel like he's wanting to jump in front of Simone here.
Mixed doubles has got to be pretty tough, especially when you're isolating one player. You don't see many touches on the ball. It's tough to suddenly hit the ball. Hard to get into a rhythm. She might have saved. Jessie might have saved Simone right there. But again, that's that. Oh, wow. That shot was cleanly in.
Impressive.
Simone let it go, thinking it was going wide, but
it was a 12-inch by 12-inch in the corner. Very much in. It's a beautiful shot.
Definitely no question on that line call.
No. It's a big point to get on the board. Great dig by Kyle. Ben unhappy with his push shot there.
It's all of the players out here have great defense and great offense. That's why they're out here playing the finals of this tournament.
No doubt. Their reset ability, I call scrambling. I mean, some of these players, it's sickening to watch them reset a point.
There's Jessie constantly looking to hop around the kitchen.
Finally, somebody hit a down shot, and everybody was hitting kind of straight shots, and Ben was the lucky enough one to put ball down.
Well, he had a number of those back in that first game, and Jardim and Yates really did a nice job of getting out of that, right?
Yeah.
And get back into a game they're more comfortable with.
It's a tough shot Simone just hit there, taking the ball on the volley, and, you know, cutting it into the kitchen it's a top level move there.
Great defense on that around the post. Simone did a great job of handling Ben John's around the post shot right there.
Yeah.
Great. And
Ben hit a good shot, but Simone hit it better.
yes, she did. Her anticipation of what he was going to hit was right on the money.
Tied at 2s, huh?
Yep.
Second serve.
2-2-2.
2-2-2.
Randy, do you have any predictions on this match yet?
No, I don't really want to predict anything.
Yeah, I think
it's
that's a good bet right now to not predict. Just
I would
curious.
say it's gonna. I think it's gonna be a 2-pointer. I think it's gonna finish at 15-13 or even higher than that.
17-15.
But I think it's gonna be a 2-point spread there.
So again, we watched Jessie back up off that line, giving Simone that space,
Yeah.
and that puts Simone on top, hitting down to you, and you hitting it up a little bit.
Second crack ball here.
Another one.
I don't think they have anything right here. I think it's gonna have to go get some balls right now.
Looks like we cracked another ball, and we're out of them. Gonna have to ask the tournament director for a few more.
They're bringing them. In our previous gold medal match today, the senior, we made mention that they hadn't seen a cracked ball all week, and I think we went through 3 balls in that first one.
Wow.
And now on our third here in this.
Got some hard hitters in that. Kevin Booth really can smack the ball.
Yeah.
Kevin also uses a lot of touch,
Yeah.
but he's an ex-racquetball player, and so you're right, he can also smack it. Chris Anderson smacks the ball too.
Yeah, she hits a strong double backhand, no doubt about it. Just the hand speed that Ben has. And again, you can't say enough about anticipation. I mean, in this sport, it helps tremendously.
Because you're about 12 feet apart totally, right? No, the non-volley zone is 7 foot, right?
Yeah, so 14,
So
right?
14 feet apart, and so you have to have quick reflexes.
Jess is the only one playing at 16 feet.
True. Then I was thinking, well,
There
maybe
she is right there playing it right around it.
it's
Exactly.
right around the 16-foot mark.
2-3-1.
Had a couple of side outs, staying on 2s. Ooh, Kyle
wanted to jump that.
And now he kind of regrets it because I think it just put a little different look on Simone seeing that ball, and she thought he was going to take it as well.
It was a let ball. He'll recall the score. Just remember, everybody, he cannot start his service motion until the referee is finished calling the full score.
Looks like the court's covered perfectly by a cloud right now, and so it's absolutely beautiful out here right now.
Perfect temperature for playing a little pickleball.
Yeah.
That ball
just on the back.
tipped in. I think the wind at Ben's back helped that ball stay in for Simone. That's that two-handed backhand you were talking about at Jessie. It's one of the hardest there are in the sport.
So strong.
And again, I attribute it to her footwork and getting low.
No doubt about it. You have to load up the feet, and they have to be, perfect just to do a shot like that.
Make sure you check out all your official.
Wow.
Good effort on Simone's part. She's a little chuckle there. She's laughing. A little chuckle there. Good effort on that net tip.
Might have scraped her knee, though, I think.
Probably.
But she's good about it.
She didn't leave any blood on the court, so we're all good to go.
I think she's fine.
So we are in the game to 15 here at the Tournament of Champions. We had Ben and Jessie work their way not only through the qualifier, but through the draw today. They did play Kyle and Simone earlier in the day, right?
Yep.
Randy?
They did. Wow, that ball was going.
So Kyle and Simone did take them out, put them into the back draw. But they came in strong, won the first 2 games of the gold medal match, and they're in the game to 15.
And on a bit of a run now, 6-2-1.
Did you think there was an opportunity for Jessie to get in on that point?
Yeah, for sure. But she, you got to give her credit in that she doesn't stray from what she does well. You don't really see her. I mean, my goodness, she just crushes balls. But you don't see her, go for something crazy ever. She's that person that's always just doing exactly what needs to be done. See usually a lot of the men, Kyle's very, very animated, and you'll see him going and doing some trickery shots, but Jessie's kind of just like a machine. She just stays with what she does well.
She goes for the right shots, typically, high percentage. She sees the court well, really. She sees the angles, and she goes with what she owns.
Kyle just barely tapping that ball over, making Ben come get it. Ben hustles over. I think Kyle's trying to maybe slow down the pace of the game right now, and as well he should. But Ben seeing that and quickly going, I'm going to go get that.
He's going to keep it moving.
Wow. Jessie hitting pretty shots right now.
7-2 score right now.
They are definitely feeling the confidence high right now. I mean,
wow,
really
I'm surprised Ben didn't come up and get that ball.
But Jessie's drives they're amazing right now. You can see her confidence.
Just barely out.
She called that in.
No.
Again, there's a line call here.
Ball was out. Everybody in the stands knows the ball was out.
Ben walked over and gave it a little look, but didn't say anything.
Kyle's being a little bit over the top, saying, signaling with the, the size of looks like he caught a 12-inch fish, but he definitely was two or 3 inches out.
A couple of inches out.
It was out, though, no doubt about that.
It's definitely going to impact Kyle's play the rest of the match now.
Yeah, it's the same lines judge, and I can't imagine, just on that factor alone, I'm sure Kyle's even a little bit more fired up about it.
Yeah.
I don't think he's happy with any lines judge right now, or will be moving forward, but because it's the same, let's see if he can get past it.
It's
Simone
tough.
wants him to get past it for sure.
She does. It's tough to be a line judge out there. Those balls are flying fast. And we've got a lot of words being passed between Kyle and the referee right now.
We've got 8-2. Switching sides here as we're midway through this match to 15. Gold medal match. Winner of this taking it all.
Be the winner of the mixed doubles pro. Tomorrow we have men's doubles pro out here. Expect to see some more amazing. Whoa, that almost tipped off her paddle and over the net.
Kyle is trying to do what Ben's doing and really stepping in front of Simone, and Simone looks a little bit, maybe I'm not having it, but Simone's a good player, and I think she'll let Kyle do whatever he wants if, he does want to do that, but I think she can definitely hold her own.
She can definitely
as can Jessie, but why would Ben stop what he's doing?
It's working for them.
He's doing very well with it, and Jessie's
Yes.
doing very well in doing what she's doing, so. I just wonder at some point.
Oh.
My goodness. Great hand speed, and then to hit the net and still get it back is tremendous.
9-2-2.
I did actually think Kyle might ask for a line judge replacement, but I don't think Don Stanley was having any part of that, so they do have the same lines people out here that they had for the 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
Kyle, and I don't think Kyle even asked for one, actually.
No.
Gotta remember they're volunteers and they are doing the best they can. And being a lines person is very difficult. The ball's traveling very fast and it can be tough to see.
And you could lose it. You could just be watching and being entertained by the game, and then next thing you know, it's, oh, that's my call.
Yeah.
What do I? Yeah, that was in out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's tough doing what they're doing. You don't want to be a spectator, and the ball was well out. Kyle's going to have a.
Kyle stayed very calm. He's
chirping a little bit still to the ref.
He is,
about
definitely.
something.
Jessie looked at you know, they watched that ball land out, but Jessie looked very carefully to make sure the linesperson was going to call it out.
9-2-2.
9-2-2.
Is it 3? They have 3 or 2?
Oh, I thought I heard him say 2, but
Did he?
oh,
I'm pretty sure he said 2.
yep, 2-9-1.
Yeah.
That strategy's not going to work.
Ben had seen that one before. Probably playing alongside of him. He said,
And, you know, really he took that ball hard right into Ben's forehand. Probably not going to be the greatest shot.
Looks like Kyle's squeezing a little bit here and trying to make something happen that just wasn't there, and Ben's not having it.
Yep.
You can't blame him for wanting to try something different.
Well, especially with the score, right? I mean, you're getting to a point where it's now or never.
Right. They have to come up with a different strategy or different plan. Jessie's playing so confidently.
Yeah, just like we talked earlier. What's Jessie doing? Nothing special.
Nothing special, but
just not missing. I mean, look at her at the backcourt scrambling.
she's kind
Fend
of
off that attack.
It's tough to defend from the center. They just, wow. They took defending from the center of the court, turned it into a winner. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now you look at Kyle and Simone, and they don't have an answer for what the other team's giving them right now.
And they've tried some things. I know Simone's tried dinking, you know, to Ben's backhand to keep him from just dictating what he wants with his forehand.
So Kyle's actually reverse stacking, letting Simone take the, I guess what I'd call the strong side, and you have your forehand in the middle. I don't think that's what they say in tennis, but never played tennis, so I'm not sure.
I feel like they're trying to put Simone in front of Jessie.
Yeah, for sure. Ben can get long, and he's good at it. So
now she's got about a 2-foot radius,
maybe
but
more.
she's keeping him honest by going behind him. Oh, she got a little high. Ben took advantage of that.
And Ben has hit the last 4 shots. I mean, just backhand right down the middle, not with a lot of pace, but just placing the ball out of their reach.
2-2.
Well, yeah.
So in this case, when the referee does call the score incorrectly, the player can stop it, and the referee will call the correct score. If Ben had been wrong, it would have been a fault on his part.
Right.
That one good.
Kyle called it short. They're still playing. I don't know what the ruling is on that. Kyle giving the ref, the line judge, a lot of words. If I was Jessie or Ben, I'd argue this, saying that he stopped play verbally.
It wasn't when you were about to play the ball, though. It wasn't when you were about to play the ball.
Jessie's right in asking what she's asking. Kyle should have been faulted for that, and you know, he's the one that verbally stopped play. If you make a comment like that, then play stops, and the ref says, you know, what's the ruling? But
Well, Kyle didn't. He didn't make a line call. He can't make a line call.
he did, though.
But he's not the one responsible for making it. The lines person is. So.
Right, but what I'm saying is he definitely tried to stop play, telling Dawn, that ball's out, it was short. Why are we still playing this point? That ball was short, he missed. But things would turned differently had Kyle not had a great overhead and hit a winner. You know?
He did have a great overhead. That thing had some heat on it.
If Kyle would have lost that point, I'm sure there would have been a different outcome. I'm sure he would have argued a little bit differently. Ben just wanted to move past it. Jessie wanted to fight it, but Ben just said, you know, we're rolling right now. Why would we? Let's not wait on these tic-tac calls.
Yeah.
Right.
Smart move by Ben.
It was very smart. And again, that speaks to Ben's maturity. We talked about him. He's 20, but he just said, you know what, Jesse? We're on a roll. Don't just let it go.
This team is not calling a timeout. We're winning this really well right now, and let's not give them the chance to have a little break.
Right.
11-3-2. I think it was threes.
What's that?
I think it was threes in this game to 15, wasn't it? Was it 3-3 at one point? I know it was 2-2.
It was 2-2 for a while.
2-2.
It's 2-2 for a long time.
Yeah.
At a minimum, a 9-1 run.
Yeah. That's true. The stat man.
The net.
Little net
Jessie.
tip.
Deflected it, yep.
Jessie looking to hop the kitchen, and that ball played out well for Simone there.
11-1.
It's their first point for that ball. Looked like it might have been sailing out. That's a great drive on Simone's part, right through the middle.
And Jessie, you hear Jessie just lightly sorry. She knew
it.
Ben was pulled off, and that was she knew she should have slid over, but she just wasn't there. Sure, she'll be there next time.
But again, her court awareness has been phenomenal. Where to be at the right times. And that can be difficult, not always knowing what your partner's going to do, knowing when to be ready and when not to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Ben's taking a lot of court, so she's really got to be on her toes.
It's been a strong duo in this championship match.
That's a good one-handed backhand on Kyle's part.
Very good finish there.
Nice little split step, and then anticipating the high ball.
It's a good tennis stroke like that.
6-11-2.
That worked for her, but again, I don't know that I think Simone should be starting that pace.
Oof. I think Simone was, see, I'm wondering if, I was just going to say, I wonder if Ben's getting a little tired. I mean, he is going line to line on the regular.
Well, one of the things you guys talked about, these games to 15, they're longer. They're a little bit different, right? And you've been playing 11 most of the day, and you now get in a race to 15, and they got to 11, and now it's been a nice 4-point run from Jardim and Yates to claw back to within 4.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Ben just wanted a little break there. He's working hard. I mean, all of them are.
Yeah, he's put in a lot of energy into this. This is a long day.
A lot of steps.
Yeah.
They started at 7:30 this morning.
Wow. That's 12 hours of pickleball.
Just about. Ben's putting in lots of steps right now.
Come in, 7-11-2.
7-11-2.
Making a comeback.
And a side out.
Thinking this is their 6th match of the day.
It's a good timeout for Ben there. I mean, you gotta side out just like he wants, just like you want when you call a timeout.
Yep, you change the momentum. Great defense. And these people have good overheads. These are
It's one thing to defend an overhead off of an average player, but you're talking about guys that can.
It's cracked. Another cracked ball here today. They are using the Durafast 40, the official ball of the tournament, likely.
Yeah, kind of crazy. Just that speaks to how hard they're hitting the ball.
Yes.
It's not crazy hot out here, but it's warm enough to where balls shouldn't be breaking. Don watching that like a hawk. Such great placement. Yeah, exactly. Didn't hit the ball hard, just put it where Kyle wasn't.
I did have a chance yesterday to talk a little bit to Jessie. She did grow up playing tennis in Florida. Played some pro tennis as well, and then after some injury started playing a little pop tennis. now she's transitioning to pickleball.
Also learned her favorite ice cream, if I recall correctly.
Right, we learned her favorite ice cream, and she says it's one you can't find very often. It was amaretto.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what that means.
We didn't either.
She said you can't find it very often. That's what I got for you.
No, nobody has any idea what flavor that is, huh?
Well,
Nope.
Wow.
amaretto, I believe, is a
Somebody will mention it, I'm sure, in the. Somebody
Help us out.
find out
Yeah.
what amaretto
Somebody help
is
us out with what
and post it.
amaretto is.
Is that a made-up word? Is that a fake word?
Long.
I know amaretto as being a drink, and apparently it is a drink. An Italian liqueur.
All right, Jessie.
So now we know a little bit more about Jessie right now.
14-7-2.
Match point. 14-7-2.
I was wrong if this gets done. I mean,
That's a
wow.
great move,
Yeah.
and I think that's got a name. They call that the Burt, I think I've heard, where Kyle jumps the non-volley zone in front of
Ernie.
his partner. No.
Oh, okay.
Other way, it's a different one.
Okay.
It's where instead of Simone jumping around where it would be an Ernie, it's Kyle jumps around
Okay.
from in front of her. I've heard them call it the Burt. Whether that's true or not, I don't know.
Yeah, because he's jumping in front of his partner.
Right.
So
I first learned that from my friend Irina Tereshchenko. I was like, a Burt? What is a Burt?
just looking for Jeff Warnick in the crowd to usually makes those calls.
A lot of spin on that. Didn't work for him. A little around the post. Good defense on Kyle's part.
And what does Jessie do? Just hits typical easy drop shot and resets the point, just as she's been doing the whole match.
Very smart play.
Smooth.
14-7-1.
14-7-1.
Ooh,
into the net.
I was just going to say, let's see a statistic on how many errors Jessie's had, and she just had one, but they are few.
14-7-2.
Second serve for the match. Ooh, that was a close
Just
thing
in.
out. Kyle's really squeezing Simone here. Ooh, her foot's getting awfully close to that net.
Nice job. Turning up the tempo, the pressure, and able to get the side out.
See if they can make a big run here. What's the score?
7-14.
Need to hit a 7-pointer.
It's going to be tough to make that kind of a run at this point, but not impossible.
And Simone gets the 1. Not 7 points, but you're 1. You're climbing back in it.
8-14-1.
Wow.
That was long.
Simone just on her face goes going, please go out.
Yeah.
But again, what a great eye. Ben put just a little bit too much air into that ball, but I mean, that was close.
That ball was going to sail out. But again, that quick reflexes, how fast you have to make that choice. Oh, he got a lucky net tip right there. Now again, the winner of this match gets a pre-registration for the USAPA National Tournament.
Oh, wow. You got what they get?
They do. They earn a pre-registration for the USAPA 2020 Nationals.
Let's see, hard to let the USAPA tell either one of these teams they're not playing nationals.
Well, let's get the pre-reg for this one. I am sure that these players will win one at another event.
I'm sure.
9-14-2 now.
Again, if you're not seeing it, Jessie's a good 18 inches off the line. Everybody else's toes are as close as they want to be.
In some cases, that gives Ben a little bit of room to pick off some shots that he wants.
Yeah.
She's not in his way.
It is actually perfect for what Ben wants to do. I would say Ben's probably not feeling as fresh as he'd like just because of all the footwork he's doing, but she's leaving the opening in case he wants to do his own Burt for sure.
Going short.
Okay, fighting off match points again here.
Yep.
Got 2 to do it.
14-10, 1.
Service from Irvine. And that wide.
Wow.
Wow. Kyle was content in letting that ball go, though. Had she made that in, I think he would have just been, sure, not okay with it, but he wasn't making a play on it.
14-10, 2.
14-10-2.
What do you think the nerves are out there? You think they're just playing pickleball? Is anybody nervous? I'm nervous watching them.
We need the following.
These players are so crisp, though. I mean, look at them. Can't make a single error here.
I love, you know, Simone's reaching in. She's taking everything out of the air. Jessie's back again about 2 feet off the line. Oh,
They won it.
well, there you go.
The winner from Ben Johns.
Big ol' hug.
And well deserved. Take 2 out of 3, and then the match to 15. Jessie Irvine and Ben Johns over Simone Jardim and Kyle Yates. Christine, Randy, your thoughts on our gold medal match?
I didn't call it right. I mean, I would have thought it would have been a 13-15 game, but Ben and Jessie just had it going today, and Simone and Kyle didn't have an answer for it.
Yeah.
Everybody played really well, but I mean,
It was phenomenal pickleball. I think the fans had a great match to watch, and we saw a lot of great dinking rallies, a lot of quick exchanges, and a little fire out of Kyle Yates, of course, today.
Well, it was a great day for Jessie Irvine and Ben Johns. Again, 11-3, 13-11, and then 15-10 to win the gold medal in the mixed doubles here at the Tournament of Champions in Brigham City, Utah. Stay tuned. We'll have the medal presentation coming up next at the Tournament of Champions. Time for our medal ceremony in the mixed doubles. We're here at John A. Gullo Medal Court in the Tournament of Champions. This is a USPA Tier 1 sanctioned tournament. Want to thank Selkirk for being the presenting sponsor, and Paddletech as well as Pickleball Central for being gold level sponsors of this great tournament. We'll start off with the bronze medal, Andrea Koop and Tyson McGuffin. And our silver medalists, Simone Jardim and Kyle Yates. And congratulations to our gold medal winners, Jessie Irvine and Ben Johns. And as a part of their gold medal winnings, they each receive a free pair of Head shoes, which is Head, the official footwear of the Tournament of Champions. And John Gullo now will present the Lanius Cup to our gold medal winners. And it wouldn't be a championship without a little bling, right? Got the John Gullo ring ceremony. Congratulations.